Okay, so now we have D, A, F sharp, D. Okay, that's also very good. And then, Abby, you had something too?
I said swap them.
Swap them. Okay, so yeah, the same thing. Or we also could have done this. We could have kept the A where it was and just have taken the F sharp up an octave. Okay? Like that. Okay? That is very okay for a tenor. That's no problem. That's on the higher end of things, but it still works out. Okay, so D, F sharp, A, D. Which one do you like better? This is just a personal preference. The first one we did, or that one? First one? Okay, we'll do that. Great. Okay, good. So this chord sounds like this. Okay, that's actually a great voicing for an opening chord. You're going to use that one a lot. Okay. Now, where are my bass voices? Okay, tenors. Where are my tenor dudes? Okay. All right. Altos. Okay. If you're a dude who wants to sing alto too, that's fine. And then sopranos up there. All right. So, can I hear? We're going to build this from the basses going up, and then just hold out your note. Okay. So basses and. Okay. Tenors la, la. Altos la, and then sopranos. Okay. Now hold out a little bit more. This is going to be a good semester. All right. Good. All right. So that is the first chord. Okay. Notice that it has the fifth here, the sixth, and then another sixth. Okay. Again, it sounds very good acoustically for reasons I won't get into here. But that is a very good way to voice a chord. All right. Now we have our F sharp A D. Okay. Our first inversion triad. What are our doubling rules in first inversion? Anything goes. I like that. Yeah. Except the leading tone, right? Okay. And what scale degree? Very good. What scale degree is the leading tone? That's the seventh. Okay. So, what is in D major then? What is the note to watch out for? C sharp, right? The leading tone. Okay. So, in this particular chord, though, do we have to worry about C sharp? No. Okay, no. So really, then, in this case, anything goes. Okay. Now we'll later learn that context will kind of dictate what we should double, but for right now, we'll voice this. So we have an F sharp there, so we can either we can have another F sharp, another A, or another D. Okay. And so what I'll do here is we can literally just keep the tenor, alto, and soprano where they are. Like that. Okay. So now we moved from to here. Okay. Good. There are a number of ways you could have written this. You could have written another D here instead of an F sharp. Okay. But the point is that we flesh this out one of the possible ways. Okay. Okay. Now we have our A, C sharp, and E. Okay. This is in root position, yes? Okay. What must we double in root position? The roots, or in this case, A. Very good. Right. So we have to figure out where we need another A, a C sharp, and an E. Okay. So what I'll do here is I'm going to double the A at a unison. Okay, so that's where you have one note head and then two stems coming out of it. Okay, and if you play this on the piano, you're physically only going to play one piano key. Okay, but that one key represents two voices there. Okay? So we have both of our A's. Okay, and then an E, and then our C sharp there. And notice how everything moves. They move either they move very closely or they don't move at all. Okay, and that's generally what we're going to be wanting to look for here. Okay, all right. And then here, okay, we have our D major triad again. Okay, so now, what note must we double? the D or the root, right? Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to put the other D up here, okay? And there's a special reason I do that, okay? And then I'll keep A there, and then the F sharp there, okay? So if you see this, the bass is going to jump around a little bit, okay? And that's kind of a normal thing to do. But the other three voices will generally be will stay within like a step or two of the note that it was just on. So, for example, the tenor's not going anywhere, right? That's just A, okay? The alto, okay, F sharp, and then it dips down to E, and then it goes right back up to F sharp, okay? And then a similar thing with the soprano, D, and then it dips down to C sharp, and then up to D, okay? All right, so let's go, actually I want to explain this note. So, C sharp, okay, as we know, C sharp is the leading tone, okay? Now, one of the other big rules of part writing is that whenever you have a leading tone, okay, the next note has to go up by a half step, okay? So this is LT again is leading tone. Let's go up by a half step, okay? And of course, a half a step up from C sharp is D, right? Yadam, like that. Okay? And that is also, it doesn't matter if it's in the soprano or the bass. The inner voices have a little more flexibility. I'll get to that in a second. But leading tones must go up by half a step. Okay? All right. Now, there's a little bit of flexibility. Okay? If it's if the leading tone is in one of the inner voices, so that would be tenor or alto, okay? Okay. You can drop it down a third, okay? So, in other words, if we had the C sharp and the tenor here, what's a third in D major? What is a third down from C sharp? A, right? C sharp, A, okay? That would also be okay, okay? We don't have, in the inner voices, the leading tone does not have to resolve up. It can, and in many times it will, but it doesn't have to, okay? So, that is a very important rule there, okay? So now, we've created a very little progression here. Let's give this some Roman numerals, okay? So, D, A, F sharp, D. What Roman numeral would we put there? Abby? Abby, yeah, 1, good. Okay. Do we need any figured bass symbols here? Well, we do not, right? Okay. Actually, I'm going to move this down a bit. Okay. All right. Now, for this chord, what Roman numeral would we have?
1.
A 1, right? Okay. Now, when we're writing Roman numerals, we also want to write the little figured bass part if we need it, okay? So we would write then 1, 6, okay? And notice that the figures here, okay, or lack thereof, will match up with what the Roman numerals need, okay? That's definitely a thing, okay? And then here, A, E, C sharp, what Roman numeral would that be? 5, right? Yes, Mia.
Why is that second chord a 1?
Okay, so we have F sharp, A, F sharp, and D. What is the root here? Yeah, okay, so, yeah, remember, the root is only going to be in the bass some of the time when that's in a reposition chord, okay? What you should not do is just go, okay, scale degree 1, scale degree 3, 5, 1, okay? That would incorrectly give you Roman numerals of 1, 3, 5, 1. That doesn't make, that's not good. So, you always have to determine what the root of a chord is. Okay? Remember, Roman numerals are named for their root, not the base. Okay? So the root can be in the bass. Sometimes they coincide, a lot of times they coincide. But the root can also be in the tenor, it can be in the alto or the soprano. It can be anywhere, okay? And in different chords, it's going to be in different places, okay? So that's why we do not call this a 3. We call it a 1, right? A 1-6, okay? Because F sharp, D is in the bass, D is the root, F sharp is in the bass, okay? So in this chord here, root and bass are in 2 different places. Does that make sense? Okay. So yeah, 1, 1, 6, 5, and then back here, we just go back to 1. All right. Excellent. Z211 choir, shall we sing? All right. Oh, and by the way, I will never put anyone on the spot, okay? And when we sing, it will always be as a group, okay? The music majors have to do solos, but you guys don't have to, okay? So, bass is tenor, alto, soprano, okay? All right, and we'll go about 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, okay? And listen to your own voice, listen to your own part, but also listen to how other parts work around yours, okay? Okay? All right, 1, 2, ready, go. La, 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 2 by yourselves, and la, la, la. Good. Right. I know it's not easy at first, but that was actually pretty good, and we'll be doing a lot more of that too. Okay. All right. Any questions with that? All right. Excellent. All right, so I want to do some more stuff with figured bass. Okay, may I erase this here? Okay. So now I want to introduce you to more figured bass symbols that you're going to see later on. Okay. So, okay, and these won't be in any particular key. They're just going to be isolated chords. Okay. So, if you see a sample like that, okay. So here's a B, okay, and you see a sharp 6 with it, okay? And this will happen quite a bit, actually, okay? What numbers does this mean? What's the longhand here? It is first inversion, right? So what other number is written here that we don't see? 3. Okay, so 6, 3. So what you'll do then is you'll still come up with the 3rd above the bass and the 6th above the bass, which we'll do right now. Okay, so 3rd above B, okay, and pretend we're in this key. So this will be A minor. Okay, we'll just do different keys. So a 3rd above B is going to be D. Excellent. And then a 6th above B is going to be what? G. Good. All right. Now there's a little extra piece of information here. It doesn't say just 6, it says sharp 6. Okay? So, who said G sharp? Matt? Yeah, great. Explain why that is.
Because you're taking the 6th above the bass and making it sharp.
Right, okay, so the 6th above the bass gets a sharp. That's exactly what that means, okay? So what we'll do then is, we can't just write G, we have to write G sharp. Okay, so the full chord then is B, D, G sharp. Okay? All right. How about if we were to do something like this? Okay. So we have an E here, and we have a sharp. Okay. Notice here there is no number. Okay, it's just a sharp. Okay. So whenever you see a figured bass with just an accidental, like a sharp, a flat, or a natural, that means that it applies to the interval of a 3rd. Okay? So the number that you do not see here is a 3. Okay? So that means your accidental is going to apply to the third above the bass. Okay. Now, since there are no numbers there at all, then what are the numbers that we have to think about? 5, 3. Good. Okay. Now the sharp then will apply to the third. Okay, third above the bass, and then the fifth is just normal. That one you just write like normal. Okay. So a third above the bass is going to above E is going to be what?
G.
G, right? And then because of the sharp, we have to make that G sharp. And then the fifth above the bass would be what? B. Okay. Good. All right. Now in the key of A minor, what will these Roman numerals be? In fact, they're going to be very important Roman numerals that we're going to definitely want to know. Okay. So let's do this chord first. So B, D, G sharp. Okay. Rearrange that, okay, into a nice stacked thirds root position triad. What is the root of that chord?
G sharp.
G sharp. Excellent. Okay. Okay. So now G sharp is what scale degree in A minor? That's the seventh, right? Okay, 7th scale degree. So the Roman numeral then will be what? 7 diminished, right? So lowercase 7 diminished, right? Do not forget that diminished circle. It's very important. Okay. And then since it's in first inversion, we're going to write that with it. So 7 diminished 6. Okay. And it has this quality to it. So yeah, Matt.
Is there a reason why you do a sharp third instead of like writing it as like 5/4? Because isn't a sharp third always the fourth?
Like in that one.
Yeah.
I'm not. So this note, so these are both G sharp, right? The scale degree wise, those are both going to be scale degree 7. Yeah, it's the fourth is something different. Yeah. Yep. Yes. This is scale degree 7 here. Okay. In a probably I think on Monday we're going to go over 7 chords, and scale degree 4 will also play a very important role in this whole thing. But today we're just going to do the leading tone. Okay. And here, okay, E G sharp B then is that is a very important triad. What Roman numeral will that get? 5, right? Okay. And then since it's in root position, okay, will we put anything here? No, right? So we just leave it as simply 5. Okay. All right. Any questions about what we did today? Yeah, Eric.
Is the sharp 6 or the sharp 3 ever used in notation, or is that just a way of conceptualizing?
It will be used in notation, yeah. Okay. So I'll give you, like in your future assignments, I'll give you a figured bass. Here, I'll give you a bass line with the figures under it. And sometimes you'll just see a sharp or a flat. Okay? All right. Put everything away, please. We have 5 minutes left. We'll do our second speed quiz, and then we'll be out of here.